Welcome, 7 o'clock. Okay. We're going to wait for Jim to come in, and James, and all you guys. Okay. Hello, guys. Hey, Paul, this ride cymbal sounds pretty good, no? Anyway, how you doing, Robert? Anyway, tomorrow's lesson. I got the website up and running, but we're going to stay on here for the rest of the week. The 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. But tomorrow, the lesson's going to be at 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. Something has come up that I can't get out of, so I have to make it at 8 o'clock as opposed to 7. Okay, guys? All right, just give me your address. I'll send it to you. Look at that. Whoa, that's something new. What I'm saying is coming up on the video. Can you see that, guys? It's something new, I guess. I guess that's a good thing. No, you're not. Okay. I got a couple of requests. We're going to still work with the jazz pattern a little bit tonight. And I got a request for Horst. How you doing? Tomorrow night's lesson is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I got a couple of requests for the turnarounds. They're kind of confused. So what I did in the past, I did the turnarounds on one surface, but I'm also going to do them a little bit on one surface in a drum set, maneuvering on a drum set. All right, is that okay with everybody, 8 p.m.? Isn't that nice? It's coming out on YouTube. That's something new. Okay. Do we all understand what I mean by a turnaround? Robert, Horst? I know you do, Paul. I want to wait for Jim, though. He's the one that's been requesting that a lot. So let's work with some jazz patterns until he comes in. Okay, so, I've been working on book number 2, the workbook, and I gave everybody this afternoon a little bit of a taste of what's going to be in there. So what I want to do now is I want to play some jazz patterns. Michael Lewis. Everybody bow. Michael Lewis is here. I hope you're getting better, Mike. I've been talking to Mike on Skype, and he has some things he needs to take care of. Why are you shouting at him, Paul? How you doing, Mike? Robert, you don't understand what the turnarounds are. Yeah, I hope everything works out for you, Michael. Oh, the capital letters, man. Everybody's screaming at each other. You don't give me that big of a hello, Mike. You just told me you're still alive. Huh. Okay, turnarounds. I'm going to start that. Unless you want to start some jazz patterns. All right. Jazz patterns. The most important thing when I'm teaching this is what you want to do is understand the movement of the straight ahead pattern. The free stroke, down, a free stroke, down. I'm thinking, I want to give you a little story about how I learned that. And I was like a hotshot kid when I first went to study with Joe. And, you know, we did a little bit on the practice pad. Then he said, all right, go behind you, go play behind the drum set. Let me hear what you got. Now, you got to understand, this is the drum set he used to record Take 5. I never played a drum set that was tuned so well. Anyway, I played my jazz pattern like this. And I played a little bit, and he says, you don't mind me saying, but that sounds like a march. And he was right. There was no feel, no drive, no floor. That's why when I play the jazz pattern now, I follow those rules. Believe me, it was not easy. Okay? It was free stroke, down, a free stroke, down, a free stroke, while you're counting the triplets. That's not easy. And I went through a whole ordeal. And the only way I got it going on was to do it slow. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3. So as I got to playing it, 1 and the 2 and 1 and the 2 and the 3, 4. And eventually I added my left foot in there. And then I said, all right, let me do something easy and just play quarter notes. 1 and the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take the stick control book and run down the first line. All right, on the first line, the left hand is going to be on the does. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to line 2, it's on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look at that right hand. I don't go any further than that or any faster than that, because I got to get that thing going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba-da, bow, ching, 4. Now go to line 3. The left is on 2 and 2 the and 4 the. 1, 2. Next line. 2, line 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Do we understand that, what I'm doing with the left hand against the pattern? But notice that right hand I'm maintaining. It sounds stiff, but it's giving me that sound of a straight 4. Okay, now I did this afternoon, and I'm going to do it again. A formula from the stick control book. As we play triplets, I'm in a triplet mode, and we're going to reference off the stick control book. All the rights become the bass drum, all the lefts become the snare drum. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing the line. And I'm going to play the first line. Right is the bass drum, left is the snare drum. 1 and 2 and. We understand that? Instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, go bang. I'm playing a jazz pattern. If I'm playing it too fast, I'll slow it down for you. Now we're going to make the rights become something. 1, da. Lefts become something else. 2, da. Right, left, right, left. Line 2, left, right, left, right, left, right. All right, line 3. Line 4, 1, 2. Line 5. You understand that, guys? Any questions on that? Oh. Hello? Michael, Robert, Paul, Boyce, you understand it? Yes, no, maybe, help, or onward, Christian soldiers. So I'll drop the whole stick control book down like that. You understand it. Good for you, Paul. So you paid a little bit of dues. Now you understand it. Everything that we do now, you understand it right there. And it's a little bit easier because there was a point, you understand it, Robert, there was a point where, not that you were having difficulty because it was brand new, you had to slow it down and really work at it. Okay, so you understand that concept. That's going to be in the book, book number 2. Mike, you got to purchase book number 1. I'll talk to you a little bit on Skype about that, okay? We won't be talking about anything right now about selling anything. Okay, so now let's go to the turnarounds. Jim's not here, and he's the one that's been requesting it the most. All right, so we're going to do the turnarounds. Who does not remember the turnarounds or doesn't understand what I'm talking about when I say turnarounds? How did I know that, Paul? See, I always predicate, like these students, I want to teach the way I wanted them to learn and what I didn't know. And I come up with these things. Everybody understands what the turnaround is. Those who don't understand it, please say so, and I will break. You don't understand the turnarounds. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to start at one place. It has to do, it's again with the stick control book. Like I continually tell everybody, my lessons are primarily from the stick book. I use that. That's my source of teaching. I start there and I go all the way all over the place with it. So now we're going to do turnarounds. Turnaround is exactly what it means. If I went to the right, I'm going to turn around, go to the left. If I go to the left, I want to the right, that's another turnaround. So we're going to go into the 16th note mode. And we're going to count 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now, I'm going to play one measure of single strokes, alternating starting with the right. This is where it's going to start to come in. So I'm going one measure, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So I play one measure. Now if I said to you, okay, play that measure of 16th note, single strokes, starting with the right hand lead. When you complete the measure, you want to go to the left hand lead. Now without a turnaround, listen to how it sounds. 1 E and 2 E, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E. It breaks up the rhythm when I made 4 E and 1. See that? So here's how we do the turnaround. We tag a paradiddle at the end, just before I make the turnaround. Now I'm going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and that frees up my left hand. 2 E and paradiddle, right hand lead. And that's a good exercise just to do for a while. See, it doesn't disrupt the flow. Now, it's very important you understand that. And that's what we're going to reference, that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to start this concept or this lesson on line 3 of stick control book. R is going to become 4 singles, starting with the right. L is going to be 4 singles, starting with the left. So now, if I go to line 3, it's 2 rights. I have 1 E and 2 E and I made the paradiddle on 2 E and because my left hand is in position to nail the 3 E and 3 E and 4 E and back and forth. That's what we call a turnaround. Do you understand that, Robert? Is it being a little clearer for you? Turnarounds? For example, if I went to line 5. See, the reason why I'm not going to line 1 and line 2, it's just paradiddles. Right, left, right, left, right. If I go to line 5, it's right, which would be 1 E and then left, then right. Then left, right, left, left. Does it make any sense to you there, Robert? Okay, now, here's what's, it's a good hand exercise, hand development on one surface. Now, I have a setup here that I could put 3 small toms and keep my 2 floor toms, double beaters. I don't need all of that. I just like the 1 tom on top and the 2 floors. Now, here's what we're going to do. And what inspired me to get this drum set app or move it around on the drum set, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Joe Quesada's Rudimental Patterns and Rhythmatic Patterns. Great books, maneuvering around the drum set. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with line 3. And I can start on any drum I want, but I prefer right now for instructional reasons to start on the floor tom-tom. So I'm going to play line 3 from the floor tom-tom, but when I go and make a change now, I'm going to go to another drum. So I'm traveling from the floor tom-tom to the snare drum. Got it? I'm going to do it slow. I have 1 E and this is line 3. Now my left hand is free because I put a diddle there. That was the turnaround. 3 E and 4 E. Back. See how you maneuver back and forth? You understand it there, Robert? Michael, Paul, Horst? Now, there's other guys in here that are not in the chat. Get in the chat, say hello. Say something. Say something like, hey, Matt, you really suck. You're going to go take some lessons. Something like that. And I know I suck. I'm always humble. Always trying to get better. Okay, so that was line 3. Now you're moving from floor tom-tom to snare. Okay, now if I did line 3, say I want to move from the floor tom-tom to the snare, back to the floor tom-tom to the small tom, back to the floor tom-tom, to the snare. So here's what we're doing. We're traveling. Floor tom-tom, snare. Floor tom-tom, small tom-tom. I haven't wrote these out yet, but I will. One surface and this drum set application. Actually, it's really great for your hands is the one surface. You know, moving around the drum set, I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm going to move around, but I'm just trying to show you the ease of moving around. So we're going to go to the floor tom-tom, snare drum, floor tom, small tom-tom. You son of a gun. New cymbal. You understand it, guys? Do it slower again. 1, E, and 2. Now to the snare. Back to the floor. Now we're in the 16th note formation. We could do that with the double paradiddle, or we could do it with triplets. I'd rather just do the turnarounds for now. Get familiar with that maneuverability. I like to do the single paradiddle because I'm going from floor tom-tom to snare. You get some speed with that. Excuse me. Any questions? This is the workbook I'm talking about, Mike. 180 pages. Book 1. I'm working on book 2. We'll talk about it later. Everybody understands that. So we go back to the jazz patterns. You want me to go over it a little bit more? I mean, I could do all 72 pages to demonstrate each one and you know, explain it to everybody. It'll take about an hour and a half. Would you like that? Or you want me to give you a little taste of the double paradiddle? Just get the single down. Get the 16ths, the turnarounds. It's a good exercise. Now we have a tremendous amount of rock drummers in here. Okay, so workbook number 1. Any request for any particular lesson in that? The money beat. Come on, guys, talk to me. Michael Lewis, no question, you understand? And you said, okay. Paul's got it. Robert has it. How about you there, Horst? My site is up and running now. I am still going to update a little bit more. I'm taking a different look on it. So we're going to continue to do the lessons for the rest of the week on YouTube. Remember, tomorrow evening is 8 p.m. If I'm not here 8 p.m., wait for me. It might be a little late, but I am giving a lesson tomorrow on YouTube. Unbelievable. This is something new. Everything I'm saying is coming up on the screen. Do you see that, guys? I kind of like it. All right, back to the jazz patterns then. No questions. No rock patterns. Don't want to go into the workbook. You understand it, Hoist? Would you like to ask me some questions? You understand maneuverability around a drum set? I am going to take a few things from Joe Casada's book and apply it to the stick control book. Hola, Marcio, what's the matter with the time, man? Would you guys prefer me to make the lessons instead of 7 p.m., 8 p.m.? Paul's going to have trouble tomorrow. Marcio gets here late. Let's have a vote on that. Marcio, did you see did you understand the turnarounds? Were you listening to it? If not, watch the video after I finish doing the lesson. All right, let's take a vote. Instead of 7 p.m., how's about 8 p.m. from now on? What does that mean, Robert? No. 7 p.m. is better for you? I will keep it at 7. I want to start doing longer lessons. This afternoon, I was so tired and such in a hurry that right after the broadcast, I went and lay down. Then I got a phone call from my computer tech from California. Instead of emailing me last night, he emails me, he talks to me today. I'm getting confused here. I'm not going to say another word. I'm going to ask one question. Would you prefer 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock? So all you have to do now, as here, you just tell me 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. I'm going to wait for everybody to put their answer in the chat. Eight o'clock or 7 o'clock, guys? Tell me. Oh, my God. 7. All right. 2 at 7. And my phone is ringing. Jesus. 7. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave it at 7. And you're right, boys, because you live in the UK, I believe, 7 is better. How about you, Marcio? Will you be here at 7? You seem to not come on time all the time. You're getting to be like Paul. Just joking, Paul. All right, let's go to a little jazz pattern. I'm going to go over this afternoon's lesson. Okay, what I did, my primary source again, the stick control book. I made right become and of the triplet. Okay, we'll work it out, guys. But right now we'll do 7. But for tomorrow night, it's 8 o'clock. I can't get out of that. And then from now on, we'll go back to 7. All right, we're going to make R become and of the triplet. And L equal and of the triplet. So now if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 sticking patterns, the right, 1 and left and right and left and that took care of the sticking right, left, right, left. So if you add that up, it's a 4 measure increment. I'm following the sticking pattern. So now, I'm going to play the jazz pattern. You guys like the sound of that ride cymbal? Now, I'm going to do line 1. That was a little modulation. Do you guys like the sound of that ride cymbal? Okay. Line 5 with that formula. Line 5. We understand that. Now you can take any line and do it. Pick a line, guys. I'll play it for you. Okay. It's almost time to go. Remember, tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Hoist, the 1 p.m. lesson, it would be 6 p.m. in Germany? And what about you, Marcio? If I did 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, what would the time be in Brazil? Man, I got to get this left hand better. It hurts. We all understand everything, right? Oh. I just got another book from a former student at Morello. It's Lessons with George Lawrence Stone. It's published. It's available on Amazon. He did a really nice job, and I'll show it to you tomorrow. Dan, you're like late. Would you be able to make that horse at 1 p.m. lesson Eastern Standard Time? It'd be 7 p.m. for you. Danny, is that your name, Danny? You're from Mexico. Okay. Are you on my mailing list? All right, let me put my email in here. Now, Danny, Danny, is that how you say it, Danny or Danny? Oh, you are on my mailing list. Okay, good. All right, tomorrow afternoon's lesson is going to be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. Tomorrow evening, we're going to change. It's originally 7 p.m., and it's going to be 7 p.m., except for tomorrow evening. It will be 8 p.m. Now, Marcio. Good, okay. Marcio, be on time, please. Okay, good. You're I guess, Danny. Danny, okay. All right, I'll call you Danny. Are you on my mailing list? Do you have a workbook? Because I don't think you're not frequent enough here. Ugh. I'm catching the cold. Man alive, I'm so out of shape. 5-4. We talked about it this afternoon. 5 beats to a measure. Each quarter note receives a count or a beat. We could play fusion or rock straight up and down in 5, or we could swing 5. 5 is a difficult. Well, I don't have any PDFs on today's lesson, but you buy the book, you have 180 pages. If you want the book, email me, I'll give you all the information. What is that? Ninja mode sometime? What does that mean? I don't know what that is. Anyway, 5-4. 5 beats. Now you got to talk like a musician. See, the language, and that's one thing we're going to talk about come March the 1st when I do that roundtable lesson, Alan Herman, Jeffrey Johnson, and Steve Forrester and myself, all former students of Morello, and we're going to talk about the language. We're going to talk about not anything bad about anybody, but we're going to talk about what's out there and what I think and what everybody else thinks it's not coming in correct. I'm not playing it safe. Okay? Well, Mexico, you can get a PDF. If I send you the book in Mexico, it costs a lot of money to ship. So if you want the PDFs, it's 180 pages. Email me, and we'll talk about it. Okay. I guess that's okay. I don't know what that means. Anyway, do we have any questions about this evening? Yes, no? Any questions? And that delay drives me crazy. Everybody has a delay. There's not a thing I can do about it. It's just the internet. Okay, guys. Swing fills. Or first off, the language, fills. That's one thing I want to talk about. The term fills means to put something in the blank. I would believe that the music language, instead of using fills, it would be a lead in to a different note or leading the band in. It's and yeah, you can call it fills, but it don't make any. It's I don't particularly care for it. No 5/4 guys. 5 beats to a measure. Each quarter note receives one count or one beat. 3/4, 3 beats to a measure. Each quarter note receives one count or one beat. If I have two measures of 5/8, how many beats do I have in two measures? The first one to answer correctly gets a paid for vacation to the Caribbean. Two measures of 5/8. How many beats do I have in each measure? Or total measures? Do 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 do. Get it before the buzzard rings. We're going to have a free vacation. The winner. Come on, guys. 5/8 twice gives me how many beats total? Paul, you're wrong. Danny, you're right. No, nobody's right. Nobody's right. Aingra bunga. 5/8 and 5/8. Add that up, you get 10/8. There's 10 beats, and each eighth note receives a count or a beat. I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 10 beats. Okay. If I then I could actually take two measures of 5/8 and say, all right, let's make it 10/8. Correct? Instead of 5/8. And if I reduce 5/8, what do I get? So I reduce it. I get 10/8. I reduce 10/8. What do I get? Right, Robert. Right, Michael. 10 beats right, Paul. Now reduce. You're a math teacher, right, Paul? Reduce 10/8 to its lowest denominator. Bing, bing. Come on, guys. No, you're adding 5/8 plus 5/8 equals 10/8. 10/8 you reduce to its lowest denominator. 2 into 10 goes 5. 2 into 8 goes, there you go, Robert. All right. So two measures of 5/8 can be one measure of 5/4. This is where it gets very confusing. And we're going to have a couple lessons on time changes like 5/8 to 2/4 to 3/4 to 10/8. You know, and you teach English, but you still should be able, as a teacher, be able to reduce 10/8 to its lowest denominator. But that's about it. It's something for you guys to think about. And we're going to see everybody tomorrow, 1 p.m. And then tomorrow evening, don't forget, 8 p.m. Got it, Danny? Got it, Marcia? Robert? Paul? Mike? Not funny, not funny. How you have fun learning, man. That's what it's about. You know, there's no pressure, there's no competition. It's just a beautiful thing. You learn more and more about your instrument. Okay? You don't feel bad, just learn by it. That's what learning is about. You make a mistake, you correct it, and understand why you made the mistake and correct it. That's going forward. No attitude, just be humble all the time, and you'll learn so much. Instead of being a hotshot like I used to think. Okay? All right, Mike, I'm going to talk to you on Skype in a little bit. And Danny, email me and I'll give you the information about the PDFs. Okay? Okay, guys, if there's no questions, we're going to call it a night. And I will see everybody tomorrow, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m., just tomorrow. Okay, have a good night. And if you have any questions or you request something that you'd like to learn, please email me and we'll see if we could address it. How's that sound, guys? Okay. Have a good night.